Hi, I'm Johnson Lam from Kaki DIY. I'm a DIY enthusiast and also a maker based in Malaysia. Well, I've always been asked all these questions like, my kid wanted to venture into coding, what should I get for him or her? Or I want to venture into STEM, what type of embedded board should I get? Or all these questions about like I'm a beginner trying to do coding, or I want to build a home automation project, what should I get, right? Well, today in this particular video, I'm going to do a comparison between Raspberry Pi, Arduino, and Microbit. Now, if you always have these questions, then this is the video you need to watch. First of all, we need to know the difference between a microcomputer and microcontrollers. Microcomputers, just like this Raspberry Pi, usually runs with the operating system on board, and it needed to be connected to keyboards and display interfaces for it to access this system, to program it and control it. It usually has all these USB ports for you to connect all these your keyboard and mouse and yada yada, network ports, right? And then it also have in HDMI interfaces, right? So this is a Raspberry Pi 4, so it's using these little HDMI connectors. For the previous Raspberry Pi, you can actually get the full-size HDMI ports. And microcomputers are usually used for software developments. So if you are doing prototyping on like softwares, connect it as a web server, or you want to crunch data out of it, then you should choose microcomputers, just like Raspberry Pi. Whereas the microcontrollers, like these two guys, right? So this is the very famous Arduino, and this is the new Microbit. Microcontrollers usually has a series of input and output ports to interface with sensors and components. It is useful for getting simple input and processing simple outputs. Okay, yeah, mostly for hardware developments. So if you're building like small, simple home automation systems, okay, IoT systems, a mini robot, or you want to control lights, or you want to, have like little sensors like light sensors, motion sensors, then after that your microcontroller supposed to react by doing something, then you should get microcontrollers, right? So those are the two differences, right? So now, since Raspberry Pi is the only microcomputers here, and today we are actually doing more of a review and comparison between the Arduino and the Microbit. So let's get more into these two, right? Okay, so the Arduino was actually around since the year 2005, right? The original version is actually, as big as this. But I've been using a whole bunch of Arduinos to do different type of projects. There are many versions of Arduino out there, and currently there's only one version of Microbit out there, right? So I'm gonna hold this up for you all to see. So basically, this is one of the cheapest, smallest Arduino out there. This is the Arduino Nano. And on this part, you can see here, there's your standard Microbit. Originally seen and produced by BBC, and currently is also locally available, and you can actually buy them online easily as well. Okay, so talking about buying online, the price difference, currently the Microbit is so far the cheapest in the market. And in terms of processor, the Microbit itself comes with a 32-bit processor, but the Arduino, especially this small one, okay, the Nano and the Uno, is still running on an 8-bit processor. Okay, on top of that, okay, in order to do hardware prototyping, okay, you need a whole bunch of components and sensors in it. However, for the Microbit, it comes with built-in Bluetooth, and then it also has built-in accelerometer, which is your gyro sensor. Okay, it has a built-in compass. It's designed for education, and it's actually playable right from the box, which is actually much better than the usual Arduino. The next part I want to talk about is the software itself. So for Arduino, it's not really a very beginner's startup kit kind of thing, because for Arduino you have to install the Arduino IDE on your PC or Mac, and for certain computers or certain operating system you still need to configure your USB drivers. Okay, only with that, then with your programming software, whether it's web-based or desktop, you have to install them, and you need to run it and compile it and then send the programs onto the Arduino. However, on the Microbit is so much simpler, because the good thing is your computer will actually treat your Microbit as a USB drive. So with that, you can use a lot of online based software, even those block programming software, drag and drop softwares, which you can just easily arrange your program without even knowing a single line of codes. And with that, you can just send the code, you can download the code, and then you send it to your Microbit, okay, through it's like a USB drive, so you just drag and drop into it. Although both of it you can use things like scratch programming and block programming to do it. However, the user interface to put the program in or to swap the program is a little bit trickier on the Arduino. It's so much simpler on the Microbit. The third item I want to talk about is education kits. So Arduino has been around for quite some time right now. Many local, whether it's startup or maker enthusiasts or educational companies, are trying to make Arduino easier to be accessible by students to teach, whether coding or STEM or robotics, right? So they created this type of things, which are educational boards, where you can just put your Arduino on it, okay, like this, right? And now your Arduino can interface with the rest of the sensors, okay, and components, which can later on be used in your coding or your educational programs. However, for Arduino, most of the time you still need to interface with the sensors using these jumpers, and breadboards are usually provided so that you can easily add on your LEDs or your other sensors. So over here, of course, they also integrated some buttons, some LEDs. There's this Bluetooth and Wi-Fi chip over here. There's some potentiometer so that you can control the inputs, and you can simulate like the values that are coming in and out and kind of thing. And here you have also some LCD screen to show some outputs, right? But for the Microbit, now this is something very new, and this is what this video is all about, is on this Edubit. So let's watch this short video on the introduction of Edubit. What's my first impression with this Edubit education kit? Well, first of all, it comes with this book, which is very, very important, because by going through all the chapters, okay, you will learn about all the components in the Edubit board, right? And the Edubit board itself, what I really like is the whole packaging itself. You don't even have to take out from this plastic case. It's like a protector case where you can just put the board on any surface. You are not afraid to short any of the components inside. Secondly, the components that comes with it, whether it's the LEDs, okay, the microphone, or the other sensors, okay, you don't actually have to use any jumper cables, or you don't actually need to snap them out. You can directly do your coding, you can play with it right in this package itself. So of course, it was designed to be snapped off because let's say next time you want to do prototyping, okay, you want to make a little box that simulate your home automation system, and you want your buttons or your LEDs to be in certain location, you can easily snap them off, right? And then to link it up, you can use these cables that are provided in the kit as well, right? And in the box itself, you have other components such as servo motors, you have your usual DC motors as well, and all this you can just easily connect them in onto the ports that are available. Alright, and to learn about all this, it's actually all inside here. You can go through the program. The program will teach you one by one all the chapters on how do you code them, how to program them, and most of it is just use very simple web-based make code by Microsoft. So you just need to log in online and create all that, right? And by going through all that, you'll learn about the components, you'll learn how to do your own coding as well. And in each of the chapter, you actually get something like an application challenge, okay? So which is actually a little test, a little hackathon kind of thing to let you solve problems. So if you understand that chapter well, you have no problem to solve this challenge, right? And okay, you also get all these little tiny kits and game which later on, okay, with your coding, you can able to play simple games, okay? You can have this have fun with it, okay? It's really good for beginners and especially children and students, because end of the day they learn through playing. Okay, for adults, you can go through this because then you know the fundamentals, and from there, whether you want to use a drag and drop coding style, or you want to use a more advanced Python or C++, then go ahead and you can directly just prototype on this board itself. Alright, the next thing is also compatible with the rest of your Microbit, so you can have your Microbit to run different programs, and when you need it to swap into another program, you can just pull this off, right, and swap in another Microbit. As simple as that. Okay, there. So the last question will be, where can I get one of these, right? So Edubit is produced and manufactured, produced and distributed by Cytron, which is from Malaysia. And for you worldwide people, okay, all over the globe, don't worry, because this will be available on Kickstarter soon. Okay, check out the link at the bottom of my video, okay, and the information, you can just Google them up. You'll be available on Kickstarter. So those around here in Malaysia, you can just head on to Cytron's website and purchase it from their e-commerce store, right? So will I use this? Definitely so, because it's so easy for me to just get started. I can just program it and even run a simulator all from web-based before I download the code and then run my prototype. Alright, and this is also so intuitive and it's also fun for the kids, so it's definitely a good startup kit for children who wanted to learn coding, you want to venture into STEM, you want to learn your first steps to create your first robot, or if you want to even go into IoT and home automation and all these things, hardware prototyping, this is everything in the box. Alright, that's all for my video today. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to me and look out for more videos. Thank you very much.